welcome to Sullivan's Farm. Quick update here in the middle of the week because the office job is kind of busy and there's a few bits and pieces happening between sheds and caves on the way, hopefully, that carry on. So I did a grass walk there yesterday evening. I needed to just find out what was there and what wasn't there, more importantly. So I've something of a plan now to keep things ticking over for the waylands. But there's not enough grass there to just let them out full time now without the bit of silage. So after various calculations and spreadsheets and all that, we've come to that conclusion. It only took me a while earlier. It's one of the good things, getting them out early. It is better for them. But equally, as I said in the last video, it doesn't make the grass grow any faster. So there's a little bit more management involved now than I kind of like. But that's what it is. And as all the man of the match guys say after it, like the best of the cliches are like, we play the game that's in front of us, and it's a team effort, and we're taking one day at a time, all that kind of carry on. So there's a bit more of this going on for another while yet. Breezy and wet out here, so we're not going to give too long hanging around, but I rolled over, or I have been rolling over the round feeder. Not that awkward. It's good for the core, or good for something anyway. So there's not too much waste either, thankfully. They're getting big. They're able to reach into the middle of it now. A little bit of same for the next week, maybe 10 days then, feeding them silage in that field and then out to grass during the day. But the one bit of progress is I'm going to leave the 10 smallest ones that were inside in the shed out to the same field as well. So they're kind of out of the shed now into the field. Part of it is for their health, obviously, that's first and foremost. But equally, I'm a bit fed up of looking at them inside in the shed and trying to keep straw under them. So we'll give them a chance to go out on their own first, so that they can find where the trucks are for the few cubes. They'll know where the water truck is, and they'll get to pick away that bale of silage I just gave them there now, before the big 20 come up and start pushing them around. We'll go out now for the bigger 20. I can hear them roaring in the distance. They're not too happy. There's not an awful lot of grass maybe on that last paddock out here. But sure, look, they're finished with it there now anyway, and there's silage and cubes waiting for them above, so they can't complain too much. We're in the near knock now, so there's a bit of regrowth on this first paddock. It's greening up slightly. This is the first one, the smaller one's grazed. Might chance a bit of pig slurry on it there in the next week or two and see if that does that for it. But there are 3 acres here in the near knock, and it's in 3 paddocks. I always thought there was less ground in it until we reseeded it, and the contractor told me, who the lad who did the reseeding, said there's over 3 acres in it. But then I suppose he's charging by the acre, so that was that. But anyway, we leave them out. Here they're coming. We'll get them up the roadway and into the rest of them again. So there's one bunch of 30 now, which should make things a little bit easier to manage. Go on, hoi, 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 hoi. Go on, out of it, go on. Hoi. I'm just looking at him as we're walking up here now, as I do most evenings. There's a few nice heifers on it. Speckled Park one, you see her over there. She's lovely markings and all the rest, but she's small and she's never really eaten the cubes. She didn't as a calf inside in the house. She didn't as a calf at grass. She didn't as a weanling out wintered, and she's not really eating them now as a yearling, so not much you can do for her. apart from encourage her. So we might try and put her and a couple of the Belgian blue heifers in calf. The little cemental ones that are outside now, the two of the smaller 10, we'll see what way they come bulling or otherwise as time passes. We'll know more in a few months' time. There's a little bit of figuring out who are the big lads and who are the small lads and who can be pushed and who can't be pushed, and that kind of thing going on now. But look, it'll level itself out, especially when we throw cubes into the trough. They might forget about the fighting and the shoving and who's bigger and who's smaller then. Bit of action to Egypt, but sure, look, they're kind of calm now that they're trying to feed their bellies. What I will do though is bring out a couple of the blue barrels, the ones I cut in half to make into feeders, because the little ones, they might just need that little bit of extra space in case they get pushed out of it too much. Quick update then. From the middle of the week and the cattle in and the cattle out. It's a bit of a pain managing them, but we're getting into the last week of February. There's a stretch in the evenings, there's a stretch in the mornings. So we're not in a bad position at all. There's a plan in place for the next week anyway, and we'll update after that. We'll play what's in front of us, one game at a time. And thanks a million for watching. We'll talk to you soon with a full video. Good luck.